daddy. Oh, Mayenza, 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 daddy. Mayenza, 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 daddy. Oh, don't squeeze mubiri wako, baby. Anything you want me, girl, believe me, girl, I always. All right, so if you're just joining us today on the Bee Hive, we'll be talking to TAPZ, a musician, Zimbabwean musician based in Namibia. The guy who's been doing so much. TAPZ is a musician, he's a leader, a band leader of a group called Savannah Afros. He also teaches music and does, a lot of stuff in different countries. So join us right now for this interview.
So in the care of Book Cafe, that time when Book Cafe was at 5th Avenue, and with Thomas Brickhill, Hector Mugani, they really supported us until I came to Namibia in 2013, and then I went back to Zim in 2015, and I was like, guys, I think it would be great for you guys to come this side. And that's when I pulled everybody this side, and then we recorded our first album called Chevu of the Soil here with the music that we had been working on for about 5 years. So from there, things turned the other way, and we got a chance to have international tours and stuff, and now it's a big thing.
So okay, fine. How many members do you have in Savannah Afros?
So Savannah Afros, it's more like an ongoing project, but basically it's me, TAPZ, who is the founder, and also the band leader, and then there's Chirau. He is the creative director for Savannah Afros.
Okay.
So right now it's just the two of us, but we are backed by a group of professional musicians that are in Namibia at the moment. But when we do our tours and stuff, we always have people in different countries that we give our music to, and we always work with them. They know if either we are in Germany, we just send them. It's the same band that we use in Germany. If we are in Norway, we have people that play for us. But at the current moment, it's just the two of us who do songwriting, composing, and music arrangement.
All right. Which brings me to this question: how many countries have you been to, or rather, how many countries have you, played in?
So I have been to most Southern African countries, most SADC countries except DRC. Yeah. And I've been to most SADC countries, except DRC. I'm talking about Malawi, Zambia, Kenya,
South Africa, Zimbabwe,
Swaziland, Lesotho, Mozambique. I've also in Europe. I've been to Germany. I travel mostly to Germany because of my projects that I have there. But I've also been to Norway. I've also been to Belgium and France.
Oh, great. So what projects do you have in Germany, if you don't mind?
So I have currently here in Namibia, I told you that I'm a music lecturer, right?
Yeah, you mentioned.
So I have a German school that I teach African instruments.
Oh yeah.
And and we always have German tours every year. We are actually planning for a German tour in November for a month. So basically, I have a group of kids that I teach African instruments, and also they do other things like poetry. I also do music therapy with them and stuff. So basically, what they do is they have a 28-day showcase around Germany, and I always go with them on that tour. But besides that, I have artist residencies that I have through the Goethe Institute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I always have collaborations that I have with German artists once or twice in a year.
That's great. You've got quite a lot at hand going on. How do you balance all these things, from music, being a teacher, uh, you know, uh, also like making instruments, like you said? How do you cope
Yeah.
with that? How do you balance all these things?
For me, the the thing is like I I I have music at my disposal 24/7. So everything that I do, it's related to music.
Oh, so which
And
means you are literally employed in the
I'm a
music side of it. There's no other thing that you do besides music.
yeah, I'm an artist full time, like
Fair,
24/7.
fair play to you. Fair play
Yeah.
to you. All right. So
Yeah. So
I've noticed also that listening to various songs that I know that you did, you kind of sing you know different genres. Tell me about that. Are you still trying to find yourself, or there's something behind you? Exploring different genres.
actually, you are the second person that has actually asked me that question.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So I have so one I feel that one music genre cannot define me because I'm a music scholar. So I have I have different I have different characters of music that um I have been exposed to, and I have taken in so many influences in music. That's why even if it's an Afro pop song,
Yeah.
there is some elements of jazz in it. I always try to incorporate subgenres that can back up my music for it to be different. I'm exposed to so many genres. Like for example, for with it depends on who or it's what capacity I'm performing as. So with Savannah Afros, we mostly do Afro jazz, Afro contemporary music, you know, um, that Africa Revenge kind of vibe.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then for Taps as a solo artist, I have Afro pop influence. I have R&B influence. I have rockers reggae influence. I have Amapiano influence.
Yeah,
Um,
I've heard all those genres in some of your songs, and that led me to ask that question. And now tell me, what's your relationship like with other musicians based in Namibia, be it Zimbabwean musicians in Namibia or the Namibians themselves?
um, the reason why I've been here is because I have I've done a lot, man. Here, with in terms of like also building um, contributing to the Namibian music industry.
Yeah.
Um, if we have to look at it, I have been teaching music here for the past um, 8 years,
Wow, that's a long
and I
time.
have yeah, and I have I have graduated students like I think three streams of students, and those people are now big in the industry. They yeah, of course they always give me credit, but I feel that I there's more to do. Here, as much as I have responsibilities also for my country
Yeah.
to 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 also teach music, which is also my dream because I want to extend that branch to Zimbabwe, to
Yeah.
connect Namibia and Zimbabwe, because I feel that every artist that comes from Zimbabwe coming to Namibia, yeah, I meet them, they have a show and then they go back, you know,
Uh-huh.
and also the same as Namibian artists, when they go to Zim, they just go there to perform and then they come back. There is not that thing of wanting
Get to know each
to
other and stuff like that.
yes, those kind of things. And here there are a lot of there's a big community of Zimbabweans here, and also they quite number of Zimbabwean artists here. Like I mean we have the likes of
Yeah,
Slickati. We I don't know if you know Slickati.
I do know him. I think I remember. Yeah, I saw this video of him performing the late Dr. Oliver Mtugu, this song, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 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 yes. Now we are actually hosting that every single year, and Namibians they are always waiting for that
Really?
concert every February of every this- each year. This is our third year doing the Oliver Mtukudzi the tribute. It's now becoming more of a festival.
It's on a calendar now.
Yeah, it's now on the calendar. Like so we have partnered to commemorate Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi um, here, and
Mhm.
also I have there is another guy called Se Ray. He's a multi instrumentalist. He's very talented.
Mhm.
I'm talking about these people because they really have passion for Zimbabwean music to be heard
Uh-huh.
um, here. It's very difficult if you are singing in Shona or you are singing in Debele here, because nobody can understand you.
That's very true.
But we have broken that barrier whereby people actually sing along. They can actually feel what we are singing without
Mhm.
us
Having
what do you
to
call it,
go out of your
without
way
us
to
interpreting.
interpret. Yeah,
Yeah, without us interpreting the lyrics. So I feel that it's something that should be celebrated, because music doesn't have a language barrier. It doesn't have a rhythmic barrier.
doesn't have any
Music,
boundaries and all. Yeah.
it doesn't have any boundaries
Uh, uh,
boundary.
yeah. So have you
And
ever thought like of bringing in say someone Tukud or someone from the Tukud side for to just spice up the event?
yeah, actually we have been talking about this this year,
Yeah.
after after we we hosted our third Oliver Mtukudzi tribute.
Hmm.
We were actually thinking of having Selma next year, just for people to also you know um, understand
Yeah.
um, what it is, and also for her to also narrate her own story about her dad.
Yeah, true story. Yeah, that's very true there.
From yeah, first hand, first hand information. This 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 lady is a daughter to a legend, and she is now a big musician in Zimbabwe.
Very true.
I really also I really also wish that Sam Tukuzi, if he could have been alive, uh, it could have really been
A great
really
experience for
really
him, to
special.
be there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I had personal relationship with him. We were at the same school at Prince Edward. He was my senior.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, he was my senior. He was like two. Yeah, he was two grades above me. Yeah, but we were in the same jazz band, and these things whenever I have this Oliver Mtukudzi concert, I always tell people of how proud Dr. Oliver Mtukudzi would be when he walks into our classroom. You know,
Of his son and all. Yeah, and of the
yeah,
team.
and
Doing
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I am so grateful to have had those memories.
Uh,
And yeah, even having him as a patron for, I don't know if you know Umoja.
Moja.
Umoja.
Yeah, Umoja. Yes, yes, yes,
Umoja.
yes. I know Umoja. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I was also part of Umoja, and Oliver Mtukudzi was our mentor.
No way.
And
You were part of Umoja as well.
yeah.
Oh man, your career is decorated. I really, 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 would like people to know of this. Your career is really, really decorated. I never thought you were part of all these, people and groups that you mentioned. It's great to hear that, man.
Yeah, yeah. I did a lot when I was in Zim before I came here, and I think that also gave me courage to start my own things here, and just have courage to do it without thinking twice.
Oh, that's amazing. So there's this. So I've been talking to a couple of musicians in the last few weeks. What do you think? I mean, your honest opinion about the current state of the Zimbabwean music industry. What do you think about it?
Um. Okay. Let me start with things that am thankful of,
Yeah.
because sometimes we really look at the other bedside, and we just go on with it, and we don't really see good things that we have you
Yeah.
know but I really I really thank our small business owners, um, because they have been there for artists.
Uh huh.
Truly speaking, the government has not really uh, been proactive in terms of developing art in the country
Uh
as
huh.
they should be, because of, I don't know what policies they have and all that stuff. But um, that's government issues. That
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the creatives, because I believe that creatives are people that they are like the guardians of the community, you know, and they should be taken care of by the community. It's like a priest. A priest is taken care of by the church,
Yeah,
you know.
I do understand you there, but the like here I was just checking how the Irish musicians work. For them, it's about making their music. So if anybody plays their music anyway, it could be DJs like on events. they actually should hold a license, for doing those stuff. I've got those licenses myself because I sometimes DJ, which is something that I was looking at, the Zimbabwean side of music that I've got a few artists who say they never got any royalties, but their music are being played, on radio and, stuff like that. What's your view on that?
I think that is an African problem. To be honest,
Yeah,
I have also seen it here. Um, I feel that artists they 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 go through a lot to be credited, for them to be where they are, and there is a lot of money that is involved, but that money doesn't come back to the artist,
that's
and
very,
that's
very true. You just hit the nail right there. They get all the
yeah,
money,
it's
but it's never channeled to where it's supposed to go, right?
yeah. I mean, like, look at it. You know, if we have to talk about um show like the show money that you get from the shows, ne,
Yeah,
it's nothing. It's nothing. That's the money that you are supposed to have, even if you are just standing there, because your work has been out there for you to be standing where you are standing. You
exactly.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I feel that artists, they invest a lot in their art,
it's
and
it's
that's
very
why
true.
they
It's very true, man.
that's
I was saying the same thing that I myself I was an artist before, a failed one, I'd say. But I tell you, the time that somebody puts in writing the song, making the song, recording, just the whole thing, it just takes a lot for one song to be out, and people should benefit from that.
yes, that's true, man. But those benefits are being reaped by corporate boards. To be honest, like royalty collecting boards, it's crazy. To be honest, it's really really crazy. There was a time I I got an email from a friend of mine, and she was telling me that um, Nando's in UK
Yeah.
uh, he has been playing our music non-stop, and I don't even know about that. I don't even get any royalty.
And the thing is now, you if for example your music is played in a certain country, the country that you are in, where you record and where you work from, where your music is registered, they are the ones that are supposed to pay that, because these music boards in different countries, they work together. And if somebody
Yes,
plays your music somewhere, they should notify your side that your music is being played, and they should pay. That's what they told me when I was doing registering this radio station. They were saying they will
yeah,
pay whoever I play music through via the board that represents them.
yeah. That's why we get these licenses. I mean, right?
Yeah, true story. That true story. That this is a really, really sad situation. I really hope whoever oversees this thing, they have to fix it. So as our time keeps taking away, I need to know. There's still a couple of things that I'm gonna have to ask you here. Like your music, is it being played on Zimbabwe radio stations, or rather, if it's being played, are you satisfied with the airplay that you're getting from there?
No,
Not at
that's.
all.
Uh, I would tell you. I'll be very very honest with you. Artists are being robbed left, right, and center, and they don't get anything.
Yeah,
You have to pay someone to play your music,
yeah, that's not fair. No.
and that's I've been dealing with that for a very very long time. It matters who you know. It matters who knows you. And to be honest, I like, if you if you have to listen to Savannah Afro's album, that's one of the best albums that has ever been recorded. That, like, you would not even believe that this is Shona music. You get what I'm saying? You would not even believe that this is. Zimbabwean music.
Yeah, no, it's very
But
good. I know of the albums. Like I've heard, a couple of songs from you as a solo artist and from the Savannah Afros as well. Keep doing the great job that you're doing, man.
I appreciate it, man. So now when you like, I every time I release a song, I have every email to every radio station, Power FM, ZFM, name it.
Yeah,
We send them the music. We send them the license that we have, because most of the time they always say, we cannot play your music because you're not registered under Zimura, or you're not registered here. There's NASCAM, and then there's also a South African music royalty collecting board,
yeah.
SAMRO. I'm also registered under SAMRO. You
So
understand?
for
So
them
at least at least for SAMRO, they pay. They have payouts, and although it's work in progress, but at least they have, um, they sent you a sheet that has all the like how much airplay you had and all that stuff, all these things.
yeah,
But we need to to be better in Zimbabwe. To be honest, we need to be better. And I know for sure, with our population, with our consuming culture, come on, tell me, you cannot tell me that Zimbabweans don't support local artists. They
it's it's
support local artists.
it's actually
It's
one thing that boggles the mind because if you look at the way Zimbabweans play their music, everywhere, like they expect an artist to be the one, who has to find ways to make money from it when they are the ones who are supposed to, collect the royalties on behalf of the artist. They should be
That's the
charging.
thing.
They should be, from the boat roster licenses or club licenses. Those people, they should be getting royalties from there because music is being played there. So whatever
Yeah,
is that's
and
being
those
played
people are
there,
paying licenses.
that's exactly what we're saying. It's just the Zimbabwean situation is a little bit confusing when it comes to this because looking at the artists, you'll see artists. There's a couple of artists that I've seen before. We have gone to the streets like eh, they were they were like on top a few years ago, and now this went down because no one really cares, and they expect individuals, business people to help when there is a board that's meant for the musician to cater for the musician and it's just confusing, man. It's one of the things that I think it's a hell. And up on to the next. What would you change, right? If we give you today to say, okay, change something about this music industry, what would you go on and change?
Um, I would I would change how I would look at it in this way that yeah, um there is employment creation
Yeah,
in the arts, and I feel that Zimbabwean arts industry can employ half of the unemployed people at this current moment.
yeah,
And if we have to look at job creation through arts, that's we will go far. We will turn the whole country into the next Hollywood, because what do we not have?
bro. There's a
If
lot of
if we,
talent
we
there. Everything is there, and the
everything
support,
is
the
there.
support is enormous. Like I've seen shows where people Zimbabweans go filling shows. Like what the likes of Fantan are doing there, Mashwede. Like
Yes.
likes of Winky D. Whatever they go, they fill up the venues. Likes of Alec
I,
Macheso. It means people love their music, but
people love music. To be honest, you'd rather, like, you complain that there is no food in the house, but
they'll still attend the show.
you still attend the show because you want to feed the soul.
Man, that's something else right there. So I want to know, some stuff about your creative process. How do you write your songs? How do you go about writing the songs? Do you like dream of a song? Do you like sit down, look at your environment, write a song? Do you like look at things that are happening? How do you write your music?
Yeah. So for me, personally, like my character, I'm a active listener
Okay.
to people. I don't really talk that much. I listen a lot to people, and I the space that I give to people gives gives the reality back to me of how life is among people that we are living with. So most of the times, I sing about social justice, not for me, but for
For the
my
people.
friend who is going through something. You know,
Oh, okay.
I also sing about love if I experience a heartbreak, or if I experience a good moment in my love life.
So,
I also get inspired.
Mjolo has been nurturing you as well, yeah? Oh, no.
It's everywhere, man.
No one is safe.
No one is safe, man. It's a matter of heart.
Oh.
Matters of heart cannot be ignored, man.
So those are some of the things that inspires you, right, to write your songs. So what kind of inspires like your soul and you to stay in the music industry? Seeing people quit music industry, seeing people hang their marks and everything, but you've been in the game for so long. Like, what keeps you going in there?
um, for me, I always feel that there's someone to who needs my music, or who needs to listen to me,
Yeah.
uh, uh, for them to go on with their life.
Hmm.
And I feel that I still have something to give to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, uh years down the line, I'm gonna be concentrating more on African music education, writing books, maybe managing media companies and all that stuff. But that's all in line with arts, and I
Hmm.
don't think I will leave arts in anytime soon, man.
You're an
I
arts
might,
man. You,
I might,
you you're gonna you're a soldier in the arts. You're gonna die there. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna die there. I might be a record label manager, uh, and I'll be telling them like, "Yo, I was playing that instrument
Hmm.
30 years ago, and I know what I'm advising you."
Yeah,
I'll be in the industry.
I can tell you with what I've heard from you so far. Honestly, nothing can stop you from achieving all that, man. Good luck with all that. Now we've got these issues. I just want to focus more on these issues that are happening and affecting our artists. I've noticed, there's drug abuse that's happening in the industry in every country, and it's killing artists and it's causing a lot of commotion in the industry. How is it in Namibia? Do you have those kinds of challenges where people are you know using drugs in there and then those kinds of things?
Yeah, it's everywhere, man. To be honest, I mean, like, it might be different. It might be a different case when you compare it to Zimbabwe, but
It's still
I
there.
mean, it's still there, and Namibia is more liberal
Uh-huh.
when it comes to things that people enjoy and want to have.
Hmm.
There is a bit of freedom compared to Zimbabwe. So I have experienced my friends that have gone through that journey.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, like, you cannot you cannot solve something that is permanent by a temporary solution.
True story.
You know, if it's permanent, if it has a hold on you, then your mental state should fight for that change. Because if you do it physically,
It's not gonna
you
work.
you 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 it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, you can quit drugs, but your physical body is gonna react, and you're gonna feel like, no, I need to go back.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's
You
how those things are
understand? It's
made.
a mental thing. Yeah, it's a mental thing, man. It's a mental thing. Mental health is very, very important, especially for an artist, because your mind is what you have,
Mhm.
you know. And I feel that if you make that decision mentally and not just physically, to address the drug use issue, then you can win. You can have a fair fight, because if you approach it physically, you're gonna lose.
That's very true. And have you ever been tempted, or have you ever heard someone tell you? Because I've talked to someone who said, I was being coerced. The people were saying, like, what, you should get onto the stage, and if you take this drug, you're gonna kill it on the stage. Has anyone ever tried to sell that idea to you?
So many times, man. So many times people even think I'm on drugs when I'm on stage, but I'm high on life, man.
That means you're doing something right. If people think that you're on drugs when you're on stage, means you're doing something right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, I even ask myself, like, what did I just do? Because I'm in that element. I'm a very spiritual person, and I feel like my spiritual journey has helped me to actually transform myself from being in this physical form into a spiritual realm when
Mhm.
I'm performing, to the extent that I don't need to be influenced by um, a physical drug. I just need to be my higher self spiritually.
Wakatodakwa kudhara.
Yes, and I will not even blame it on 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 anything that is
All right. It seems like we lost Taps here, and I'm sure we'll try and bring him back, to finish this program.
She know rhythm. Listen, wine, wine. Don't mind nobody. Wine, wine. Don't mind nobody. It's a video.
All right. Welcome back, Taps.
yes.
Yeah. We lost you there for a minute.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right. All right. So we were talking about your performance on stage, and the stuff that you do, where people think you are under the influence of something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to actually give you a very good example.
Yeah.
Ja Praiser.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ja
Yeah.
Praiser. Ja Praiser gets high on
O-
on
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 absolutely
on a
nothing.
spiritual level, and you can even, like, feel the presence. Like, no, there is a presence here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the kind of high that I would want. The
Mhm.
other highness.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's very true. That kind of high is like when you're done with the job, and you're off stage, you're back to your normal, self. And the other one, when you're off the stage, it even requires you to keep on taking more, because I've seen how artists from even America, Zimbabwe. People are going down, with drugs right now. Moving on to that, I've noticed you've worked with Don Kamati. I've followed you guys for some time since the last time we were on the feedback with you. How is your relation? How would you describe your relationship with Don Kamati? Like,
Um, so Don Kamati is a really good friend of mine. He's a brother to me. Um, he also he's a hard worker, man. Like I have seen people that that are pushing, but yeah, for him I have made respect for him.
yeah,
It's not even just because we are musicians, but he's also he has also expanded himself into a lot of things, especially in the media. He is a manager for a radio station.
really.
Yeah, he is a manager for a radio station. He does voiceovers and stuff, and those are the things that those are the qualities that I don't have, that I acquire from him. In return, I I have experience on stage performance, and also uh, making instruments, composing, and all that stuff. So it's more of a reciprocative energy that we share.
Oh, that's great. There. And which other people would you like to mention? Like maybe the producers or any other people you've worked with doing your music while in Namibia, or rather Namibian-based people that you'd like to mention?
Yeah. So yeah, besides Don Kamati, I've had a privilege to work with this guy. His name is Christian Poloni. He was also recording he was also a producer for our album Chevu. He's originally from France, and that man has played with Papa Wemba. You
Really?
know, he's a white guy, but he has been he played with Papa Wemba, with Wenge Wera's son in the 90s and early 2000s, and then
Man,
he relocated to Namibia.
that's big. Playing with those guys is big.
Yeah, bruh, I had the privilege to 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 be acquainted to him, and that's a blessing, bruh. Like I don't think uh people would actually understand it in that margin. Like he's a legend.
It really is. You can't play with those people and be a nobody.
Yeah, and even like when even if when it comes to live music and live recordings,
Yeah.
you would rather tell people like go to Taps and go look for Taps. He will teach you, and then you come back here, and then I'll
Wow.
record you.
Wow. So
You know those kind of
you
things. So
complement
like
each
that
other.
respect.
You complement each other very well there.
Yeah, he's like a father figure to me, and I really feel honored um to have earned his trust. And there's also people like there's Rashiyama. Rashiyama is a Namibian uh, reggae legend.
Okay.
Yeah, he's. I think he has also um, he has also performed uh, during that time of war, because also he's a freedom fighter. He's a war veteran.
Uh-huh.
I learned a lot from him. He took me under his wings when I came to Namibia, and every single show he makes sure that you know he has time to talk to me and tell me what he liked, what we must improve, and all that stuff. And I mean, like, who has time to do that.
No, you know what I've seen with the legends. If they look at you and they see that you're level-headed, you've got the talent, and you're with you're I mean like prepared to listen. They always try to bring in people like that. And honestly, the people you're attracting, that's what like beams your talent. Because you can't be attracting those kinds of people if you are not talented and if you're not willing to learn, and those kind of things. TAPZ, it was great having you, TAPZ. So just tell me before we knock off, what's next for you? What should we expect from you?
I have an EP that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
At the moment, it's called God Given.
Mm-hmm.
I named it after my names. It's my namesake, because my name is Tapua Nashe.
Uh-huh.
And I felt that for me to actually appreciate and understand the gift that I was given,
Uh-huh.
I need to understand that I was given to this world to do what I'm doing. I'm God's gift.
Oh, fair play to you on that. And when should we expect the project to be out?
I'm hoping I'll be able to have it on the market in February, because I'm looking at shooting music videos for it, so that when when the album is out, and also I'll have visuals for it.
All right,
and,
man. All right, man. Thank you very much for joining us today, TAPZ. It was a great honor to have you today on the show.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. I cannot even believe it was an hour interview.
It was a very long interview, but it was a great interview because I got to learn so much from you. And we've got people tuning in. The numbers up to 20 people tuning in, and that means they've also learned a lot. Normally we ask people to ask you questions, but because of our time now today, unfortunately we won't be able to do that. Hopefully we'll be interviewing you very soon again after your album EP launch, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great day, TAPZ. Thank you very much, bud.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. For those that are listening, if you have any questions, if you have any contributions that you feel like you want to give to me, just follow me on social media, TAPZ, and on Instagram it's TAPZ Gram, GRAM.
All right, guys, you just said for yourselves. If you want to reach him, just check him on all social media, TAPZ on Facebook with capital letters, and TAPZ Gram on Instagram. Thank you so much, TAPZ. It was a great honor having you around, man.
Thank you so much to you, bro.
Mayenza, daddy, don't squeeze mubiri wako, baby. Anything you want me, girl, believe me, girl, I always choose you. But you need to say that a real thing, baby. What you fancy, so say, it's long as it from my setting, uri wangu, stand beside me, baby, want Dokuda, I will go where you wanna go. Sacrifice where you wanna choose. Just like you go down low. Maybe nakakumanya the way you are. Move your body, girl. Inindija kutambisa, you whiny girl. Tiki, ojitambisa chibuno. Mayenza, daddy-o. Mayenza, daddy, oh. Mayenza, daddy, oh. Mayenza, daddy, oh. Mayenza, 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 daddy, oh, Mayenza, 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 daddy, oh, Mayenza, 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 daddy, oh. International rhythm.